Hello, my name is METİN Arıdaşır. This is 392nd of second part of explanation of my theory. In my previous videos, I had told you about deterministic codes of spectral lines of atoms hidden behind of ionization energies of atoms that I put forth. Now, each ionization energy represents a specific wavelength size, a proton-bound electron motion form wavelength. And contrary to accepted physics theories, electron motion forms are not point particle, are not dimensionless particle. They are not particle. Besides, they are not particles, they are intrinsic, immanent, cyclical spherical ring-shaped motion forms of meta-sensation perception matter, and they have adiabatic mediums. Differ each electron's specific electrons adiabatic inner mediums, inner adiabatic medium differ from its outer side adiabatic medium. But there is no real limit, there is no real particle limit between inside of electron motion form and outside of electron motion form. Only imaginary motion form is the limit, form, only form. In fact, there is no limit. There is no space, there is no vacuum in meta-sensation perception matter. Also, there is no friction. Yes. Free electron motion forms always, perpetually, whether they are relocating or not, produce and propagate consecutive waves. And all continuous spectrums sources, all natural light sources are free electron motion forms. But proton-bound atomic electron motion forms cannot produce and propagate light spontaneously. For doing this, they need two things. At first, free electron motion forms affective consecutive waves in reaction. Then, pressure changing. Okay, adiabatic medium changer medium they need. Now, electron motion forms always are not balloons, but they can enlarge and they can shrink. How can a proton-bound, atom-bound electron motion form, specific electron motion form, produce and push out a light, single wave pulse? I said this. This single wave pulse, in fact, corresponds a spectral line. Okay. And I put the law of all atomic spectral lines producing processes, free electron motion forms consecutive waves, affects at the rate of wave number, what? Affects proton bounds, radius, and frequency. They make a proton-bound electron motion form enlarge, and when their effects vanish, I'm so sorry, electron motion form, proton-bound electron motion form shrinks again. A certain rate. And while shrinking, it push out an only single wave pulse. I have formulated this, and on my next video, I will explain again. Before, neon, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, most multi-electron atom spectral lines I have predicted. I have compared with NIST data, and NIST data are evidences of my spectral lines theory. Yes, don't forget, all electron motion forms have adiabatic inner mediums, and when they affected by free electron motion forms, they enlarge, and their inner adiabatic mediums enlarge, and their point energies decreases. Okay, then when affective free electron motion forms waves affect vanish, they shrinks again. While shrinking, they pour out and push out their inner adiabatic medium, part of inner adiabatic medium outside. This is a certain wavelength size or certain energy size, single wave pulse. But single wave pulse is are not consecutive waves, only single wave pulse. It is a single wave pulse. This is proton-bound electron motion forms production under the effect of free electron motion forms consecutive waves. Okay, and this pulse enlarge as a sphere at the speed of light in all directions. Okay, and lasers, in fact, successively produced single wave pulses from proton-bound electron motion forms artificially, and they differ from free electron motion forms consecutive waves, differ from natural continuous spectrum. And single wave pulse
Angut kitabı var mı?
yok maalesef efendim. And single wave pulse corresponds not continuous wave, corresponds characteristic line. Okay. Finally, eventually, I tried to emphasize